Alright guys, hello. It's been forever since I've done a makeup tutorial, so today we're going to be doing a full coverage, camera ready foundation routine. This would be when you want to look extra flawless and just perfect, makeup on fleek. So to get started, this is my bare face. This is what we're going to start with, and this is what we're going to end up with, just a super pretty, flawless foundation routine. So first things first, I think it's important to have a great primer just to really kind of have a good base for your foundation. Today I am using Professional's primer, but I also like, I believe it's Revlon's Miracle Blur, which is a good one too, drugstore brand. Love that stuff as well. But it just gives you a good base so that your foundation can kind of stick to that look flawless and not, kind of wear off throughout the day. Side note, I got brand new lighting and I don't really know. My face looks super bright and then my hand looks dark. Don't know what to do about that, but I'll have that figured out by the next time I do a video. So I'm applying that pretty much in my T-zone and blending that out. And yeah, next we're gonna go in with the foundation. The foundation that I'm using today is Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Foundation. Are you noticing a theme here? I actually mixed two different colors together. I used 322 and 330, and then I'm just using the Q-tip to apply that to my face. That was a nice little bit that just fell on my nose there. Normally I don't actually put my foundation on my nose. I just kind of blend it from my face onto my nose, but hey, we're gonna work with it. So I'm taking this large flat stippling brush from Makeup Geek to really kind of press that into my skin and then do a little bit of blending, but I really kind of want to have that airbrushed look. So I'm not doing too much blending, more pressing, even though it may look like I am since this is a little bit sped up. But yeah, I'm just going to apply that and blend all over my face, not focusing too much under my eye because I am going to be adding concealer next, but yeah, blend that out. Alright guys, so for the concealer, the first thing I'm going to do is actually use HD Cosmetics Orange Concealer, and then I mix that with their natural shade. Mix those two together, and I'm just using a foundation brush, the brush that I mix them with, to apply just a little bit under my eye, and then I'm going to blend that in, just kind of dabbing it lightly with my finger. I like to use this just because it helps get rid of any, like darkness under the eye. I just don't like the orange color itself because it's super orange. So I mix those two and get like that nice salmon-y color. And here I'm just applying a little bit more right under those bags because nobody wants to see that. I've been not getting enough sleep lately. I actually filmed this tutorial at like 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, this kind of helps get rid of those, as you guys can see. So I just dab that in like so. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take another 2 concealers from LA Girl. I'm using that same natural shade first, and then I'm adding the medium beige shade, mixing those together. It looks super bright, but I really do like a nice bright under eye, and yeah, this stuff is great. It's definitely high definition, great for full coverage, and I'm just going to apply that kind of in like, a little triangle, like so. I know it looks super bright, but we're gonna blend this stuff like nobody's business. So yeah, apply that to my chin, my widow's peak, my cupid's bow, and the bridge of my nose, as well as my forehead, pretty much anywhere that you want to highlight. So also just a little bit under my lips there. I'm gonna go ahead and take a damp beauty blender and just kind of press that initially under my eyes, and then I go ahead and kind of blend it out. I know this looks kind of crazy, but once we're done blending, it's gonna look great. I also put a little bit onto my eyes because I was planning on doing eyeshadow, and normally I'll just use that as my primer for my eyeshadow. At the end of the day, I was tired and I said I'm not going to bother with eyeshadow, but you could do that. So I'm just blending everything out all around. Also, you guys, all the products that I use in this tutorial, I will have listed for you down below. So if you do have any questions about them, please check out the description box down below. And also I'll leave some links for some other makeup tutorials that I have done. And feel free to leave a comment below letting me know what type of beauty or makeup tutorials you guys would like to see next. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep blending, and once I have that all blended in, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Midnight Banana Powder. I love this stuff. It's kind of like the best setting powder for your concealer that ever existed. You guys can already see just from applying a little bit there on my right eye that already, like the bag that you can see on the left, there's like no appearance of it. So it really helps with the appearance. And of course, setting your foundation to make sure that it doesn't crease throughout. It's not your foundation, setting your concealer to make sure it doesn't crease throughout the day. I'm just gonna do the same thing on my other eye. And next I'm just going to apply the banana powder everywhere else that I put the concealer. So the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, and chin. Alright guys, next we're going to add some color and dimension back into the face. So I'm going to use this Nikki Garrett Contour Duo in medium. I actually purchased this on Amazon. I don't know what is up with my words today, on Amazon. And I really do like this kit. Normally, I don't, of course, have my hijab on when I'm doing this, so I would take that all the way up to my hairline and then blend it out. But, you know, my scarf is going to be my hairline for today. So I use this contour brush that I got from Jessie's Girls at Rite Aid. It's like super inexpensive, but I really like it. And yeah, I just kind of blend it out once I do have that applied to my face. If you notice, I kind of flattened it a little bit when I did apply it. I'm going to use that same contour shade from the Nikki Garrett kit to go ahead and contour my nose. I apply a little bit on the bottom of the bridge of my nose, and then I actually take what's left over from my brush and then blend that up into my brow bone area so that it's kind of nice and soft and not too harsh. It's nothing worse when you do your contour and it's super harsh on your nose. So I'm gonna blend like crazy. That is another key to this flawless foundation routine, is you want to blend like you've never blended before. I also take a little and just apply that on the tip of my nose and then also on like the sides of my nostrils. And then once I've done that, I'll take my finger just to kind of soften it a little bit as well. Again, because I don't want it to look too harsh. I still want it to have like a nice kind of subtle look to it, even though this is, you know, full coverage, camera ready, high definition ready, you know, flawless foundation look. Alright guys, next we're going to go ahead and go in with some blush. This is my all-time favorite blush. It's from Milani. It's a baked blush and the color is Bella Rosa. I really love this because the pigmentation is ridiculous. Like, you get high color payoff and you do not need to use a lot of it. So I'm just using that to bring in some color to the apples of my cheeks, like so. And next I'm going to use the highlight shade from the Nikki Garrett Contour Duo Kit to highlight. Alright guys, the last thing that I'm going to do is really kind of one of the things that I think adds to the flawless look for this, and I'm using It's Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Poreless Finish HD Micro Powder. I love this stuff because it really does make your pores disappear. Between the pore primer and the poreless foundation and then this poreless finishing powder, all of those really, you know, help to give you that flawless look here. I definitely love this stuff. I'm usually not one, you know, to spend a lot on makeup, and for me, like, anything over $10 is a lot, but I really love this stuff, so I would say check it out. And then I'm just using a little fan brush here to get rid of any excess powder. The last thing I did was finish and spray with a little DIY Fix Plus spray, and that's it. Here's the finished product. I added LA Splash, Lip Couture, and Vampire, and that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until my next video, assalamu alaikum. Peace. Oh, also make sure you guys subscribe, comment, share, and give the video a thumbs up. Bye.